Once every year, we, as humans, all gather together to celebrate someone's birthday, whether it be family or friends, and perhaps maybe even eat a cupcake instead of cake for a select few of us. And perchance, maybe even some of us would go a step further and create a Predator website, where Predators can all gather together in one hub. That's what today's video is about. Welcome back, folks, to, of course, another Predator video. I will have to give you an audible warning for this one because the content you're going to see in this video is going to be crazy. I might even have to age restrict this video, as I stated in the intro. Hopefully I stated that in the intro. It is also, in fact, Ezra Orena's birthday as of yesterday, otherwise known as today's Predator case. Well, Ezra, I hope you're ready for this video because I think this is the best gift I could ever get you now. This is a quick double warning. The following content will contain awful photo text messages that will not be pleasant, and viewer discretion is heavily advised. It all begins with a tip from an anonymous individual about a particular internet archive, which possessed over 130 different Predator-orientated screenshots from this website. Now, I know what you're thinking. What does this website have to do with this Ezra Orena that I talked about before? Well, you see, that's the thing. It has everything to do with Ezra Orena. Ezra Orena runs this website called oddballs.online, and he collects funds from his members, claiming that he had some dental bills to pay, which I doubt is true. It also says this on his DeviantArt page. Ezra, your rent cannot be so high that you have to make a website for the Predator Avengers. I don't believe it. I'm not buying it for a second. Ezra Orena is a 29-year-old man, as you can see. It says so in his DeviantArt bio. The man is treating DeviantArt like it's a dating app, and come on, man. Seriously, I know you can pull somebody. Oh, yikes, no, hey. Yeah, no, never mind. I didn't mean it. Can I also just real quick revisit these, like, kink tags that he has listed here? What is this garbage that I'm looking at? Diapers, plushies, pool toys, inflatables, transformation, living objects, micro and macro, tars and multi-fur, soft vor? My brother, please, it's Sunday. I'm not dealing with this. What is wrong with you? What is... Ezra Orena also owns a YouTube channel with poorly edited animated videos. Now, I don't know what kind of content genre this would fall under, nor do I really care, but his channel has almost 6,000 subs, which is kind of crazy, and one of his videos has nearly 100,000 views for this garbage. Boy, what am I doing wrong with my gaming content? Anyways, also, I just want to really quickly revisit this animal animation that this guy does on YouTube. Considering now that I've gone through Ezra Orena's case file several different times, and I know he's interested in animals in a sexual way, in a different way, I just want to say, are these animated animal videos more than just a passionate editing project for Ezra? Is it some sort of weird kink for him or weird interest that he has? I guess we'll never know, but in my eyes, this is kind of strange and really weird behavior coming from this guy. I imagine Ezra's Twitter would have had quite a massive following had it not been banned for violating Twitter's policies, or X, whatever you want to call it. Overall, Ezra Orena does have quite the audience of folks that are loyal to him, and his disgusting website, especially, of predatory behavior and activity. So let's go ahead and dive into the cesspool of the internet archive that has been provided to us. Ezra's online usernames are CritterKiddo, Toonimal? I don't really know. It's like Toon and Animal had a maybe. And then finally, Rush Apart. I assume Rush Apart is his most recent username, just because it doesn't match all the others, but I have no idea if this is true or not. PonyNet is a website that distributes malware and rats, otherwise known as remote access Trojans, and over 10 different types of malware have been found leading back to PonyNet specifically, which isn't great. But I hear you asking yet again, what does this have to do with Ezra? Well, Oddballs.online, otherwise known as Ezra's website, is hosted on PonyNet. So to start it all off, his website host is literally a mass distributor of rats, aka remote access Trojans, which is already not a great choice. Fortunately, PonyNet no longer exists, as it was reported several times through the phishing website reporter, so we no longer have to worry about people spying on us through our computers while using Ezra's disgusting website. So what specifically does Ezra's website look like? Well, here you go. Using the Wayback Machine, we can see exactly what Ezra's website looked like back in the day, and even the first page of the site is majorly concerning right off the bat. So I'm going to go ahead and admit that I have no idea what paraphilia or a paraphile is, so I had to look it up. And according to Google, paraphilia is when a person has intense sexual fantasies that are either unusual or extremely dangerous. Yeah, not my cup of tea. Right, so you already know this is going to get freaky, so just prepare your eyes. Also, can I just say the title of this website is genuinely the best title you could have given this website? Literally, Oddballs is pretty good, but I think if I had ownership of this website, which I wouldn't, I probably would have called it Gooners R Us or something like that, you know? It's pretty catchy.
We endorse everyone being able to live open, honest, and healthy lives free of oppression.
Do you also endorse permanent imprisonment for condoning predatory behavior? Because I know I do. Alright, up next, folks, I'm going to go ahead and read you some of the rules of this here Oddballs Online website. So, here we go, y'all.
Do not post illegal content or any information that could incriminate you or the site. No bigotry. I don't know. And no harassment towards others. This includes callouts of any sort being banned. Try to act in good faith and assume others are doing the same. Be kind. Please only post art that was created by you or for you. Random unsourced artwork should not be posted here.
Okay, hold on. Let me just quickly stop for a sec, okay? Not posting illegal content, this website wouldn't exist if it didn't have any illegal content on it, as the entire website is made up of illegal content. This is a double standard, and it doesn't make sense. And the entire website is incriminating all by itself. No bigotry or biogotry, whatever that word is, I have no idea what that means. I'm assuming it just means harassment. Includes callouts, like calling out someone for being a predator, which is what I'm doing here. Ezra, Orena, you are a predator. Womp womp, cry me a river. Boo. Go take a shower, my brother. Try to act in good faith and assume others are doing the same. Nope, not on this website. They're all evil. Wicked Witch of the West. About the artwork. Yeah, please only post artwork that's yours, guys. Don't ever steal someone's art. That's not cool. Up next we have,
do not get into arguments about contact discourse. Regarding minors and adults or animals and humans, you're allowed to clarify your stance and set your boundaries regarding these things, but do not purposely engage with people in extended arguments about them.
My brother, if I'm calling you out for being a predator or a zoo predator, I'll call him, you better answer me. Like, I'm expecting some sort of answer. If you have to argue with me to get your point across, by all means, try to get your point across, but at the end of the day, you are still a bad person.
NSFW content must be warned for using the content warning field, and if there are images or videos, they must be marked as sensitive. Users under the age of 18 should not post or interact with any content marked as NSFW on the site.
My brother, your website is literally made for children and predators to interact with one another, and you expect there not to be any sort of NSFW interactions? What kind of Zaza are you smoking that you are this blind? It clearly has gone into your eyes, my dude. Dude, get the log out of your eye before you start pointing at other people's eyes, bro. Seriously, dumb nut.
Do not post any images of real-life children of any kind, and do not post NSFW photographs in general of any kind. This applies to realistic AR art as well. Do not use this site to intentionally evade blocks if a user has blocked you in another instance.
There you go. That's the whole rules. AIDS rules, brother. Also, can I just revisit that one rule real quick? Do not post images of real-life children of any kind, and do not post NSFW photographs in general of any kind. Well, you see, I do not know if there was any sort of photos being posted of real-life children or children on your website in general, but what I do know is that constantly there were messages sent about, inappropriately soliciting minors, DMing minors inappropriately, trying to get with minors in real life, trying to act like as a teacher or a supportive role or a parental role, when these people are actually genuinely unwell, just trying to get a hold of people that are under the age and taking advantage of them. And it's sickening. It really is gross to see that people online, digitally, are able to take advantage of children and use them sexually and explicitly. It's disgusting. I don't know why this website exists. It's horrible. It's horrifying. Seriously horrifying. Now, I'm going to go ahead and be honest with you. I have no idea what these chosen admin instances are, but considering one's labeled lolly and one's labeled rap and one labeled cannibal, and finally what I believe to be the worst category out of all of these, yep, that's right, cute cat girls. And I can only guess what kind of hellhole we're about to enter. In all seriousness, this is disgusting, and I really don't want to be here. But unfortunately, we have some business to take care of with this sicko. Unfortunately, the Wayback Machine isn't advanced enough to let us infiltrate the website completely as much as I had liked. So instead, I'll be using the Internet Archive screenshots given to us by an anonymous benefactor to display to you guys what has been said and done by Ezra themselves and many other predators on Ezra's predatory website. Of course, before we dive more into this, let's take a quick look at a Twitter post about Ezra Orena, who claims not to be a predator. This post is by the user None of Your Business, and as you can see, they go on to state that Ezra freely admits to being a zoophile, which is disgusting all by itself. And of course, Ezra, if you aren't a predator, then why are you visiting a website called Offkey that allows only predator-related content? You're literally contradicting yourself. And why did you allow so many predators to commune in and out of your website? It seems like to me you're a disgusting, dirty man who doesn't want to take responsibility for their actions. I'm not repressing your freedom of expression. I'm telling you that what you're doing is wrong, and it's illegal. You disgust me. In this following screenshot, the poster mentions that YAP, or otherwise known as Youth Attracted Person, disgusting, which I just have to stop and maybe get hit by a car because I cannot fathom how deplorable and disgusting this behavior is. I think this is the worst acronym, if not one of the worst acronyms I've ever seen or heard of in my entire life. As we continue, you can see that Ezra has reposted a post by Perma Joey, who has created these symbols for ficto yaps and zoo yaps. Yeah, you don't like youth-attracted persons or people, Ezra, huh? Well, you're a disgusting liar, and I hope hellfire consumes you, you freakazoid. Finally, I know I've been stalling quite a bit, but let's go ahead and get into the bad stuff on Ezra's website so I can show you just exactly how awful this place was. First, we have the glossary, which I'll go ahead and read out loud to you live.
You will need to learn the terminology used by the people on the site to understand what they're saying a lot of the time. A lot of these terms are niche kinks, fandom terms, and words that these people have created for themselves. A map, a minor attracted person. A yap, a youth attracted person.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I use a map to find my way when I'm lost in things, and honestly, I think all of you guys need to find a map. And I don't mean a minor attracted person, I mean a literal map. Find your way back home. Find your way outside, away from children. Just go touch grass. Just go climb Mount Everest and never come back, please, at this point. Also, yap, that's something that I like to do, but also what these people like to do, just in a different way. They're yapping illegally about children. They're gross. Seriously gross. Pro-paraphilia. Someone who supports predator behavior and animal behavior and dead people behavior. Seriously disgusting, dude. Genuinely disgusting. If you actually support this, get out. Get out! Seriously, just get out. We're not doing this. I'm not doing it. Consang or Consanguinamoris. What is this, a dinosaur name? Consanguinamoris? What is this? Insect? It's a word for insect. You've got to be kidding me. AOA, Age of Attraction? Yeah, the Age of Attraction should be for me, I know it's like 20 plus. What's it for everybody else, huh? Child sexual exploitation materials, the legal term for child pornography? Huh? When was any of this a thing? What? Blastophile? Someone with a paraphilia for rap? You've got to be kidding me. Tell me this place isn't real. Dude, at first I wanted to read the glossary, like, as a joke, just to be like, oh, look at how stupid and ugly and disgusting this is. It's so disgusting that I couldn't even keep a straight face while trying to make it into a jokey kind of thing. AAM, an adult attracted minor. You're joking, right? This is not real. Please tell me this isn't real. There's a lot more of these in this glossary that I'm not going to read. This is disgusting, and I wish I could unsee all of this, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to have to blur. No, I'm getting age restricted. Dang it. Well, guys, remember to leave a like and spread this video, because I just know I'm getting age restricted. Also, Ezra, your username Bonsai Buddy sucks. I hope you'll consider getting a new name. How does Predator Pal sound? Does that sound good? I think it sounds good. Oddballs is a community primarily about building artistic community. I don't think so. This is a predator community created by a predator for predators. You delusional man! Ezra goes ahead and builds a new persona that looks like a banana monkey dog thing. I have no idea what this is, and honestly, I wish I never had to see this creation. I'm gonna go pour some, like, Dawn on my eyes or some bleach. According to the poster of these screenshots, Ezra openly admits to visiting a website called BoyChat, where predators can contact children, particularly queer boys. And again, despite claiming that Ezra himself isn't a predator, it's strange that he supports these websites that are purely predator orientated. Maybe I'm looking or reading too much into it, but to be honest with you, I don't think I am. Ezra, stop lying to yourself, and stop lying to us, stop lying to others around you. Just be a better person and grow up. Admit to your faults. The following screenshot is Ezra posting about his underage family members on a site full of predators. Playing Minecraft with his niece. Of course, it's always got to be Minecraft when it comes down to stupid predators online. Also, your parents talking about adult stuff in front of you and their niece is just some awful parenting. And if your father truly doesn't care about you running this predatory website or the things that you've done, it wouldn't shock me that your parents spoke like this in front of you and your niece, Ezra. It sounds like your parents aren't capable of being proper parental figures, and honestly, with the way you act and the things you've done, it doesn't look like they've raised you properly at all. I'm surprised you have parents, and I mean every offense when I say this. In these next couple of screenshots, you can see that Ezra Orena sees consent as a concept that can easily be denied at birth. Yep, that's a predatory thing if I've ever heard one. He finds that saying children can't consent or animals can't consent as offensive to Orena and false. Ezra, I'm not sure who educated you or if you were educated at all, but animals and children cannot consent. It is not that difficult to understand. It's not rocket science. It's not difficult to grasp. Ezra also has plans to create a youth liberalization group that liberates children so that he can, quote, pass them out. And Ezra craves an activist movement for paraphilia so that he can achieve his vile agenda. Disgusting, Ezra. You are a disgusting and you are a predator. Regardless of what you try to say or do, everything here proves your intentions for and with minors. Ezra also has an alternative account expressing his interest in zoo and beasts. You can see in these next following screenshots, the statement above lets us know that minors are able to freely sign up and post on Ezra's website to talk with and to adults about sex and vice versa. And then the minor mentioned that his sessions are on Discord. It is disgusting that this website is allowed to exist and that minors are able to freely interact with adults willy-nilly. I would condemn everyone in these screenshots who is legal of age. You all are going to the Shadow Realm for just being downright disgusting. You all deserve to be locked away forever in the most bottomless dark pit I could find. You can see in these following screenshots, it is encouraged that minors, or rather underage individuals, look at adult content like corn, which completely defeats the purposes of the rules, as mentioned earlier. It defeats the entire purpose of these rules said earlier. Up next, there is a disclaimer telling us that the following screenshots from Ezra's website are going to be incredibly disgusting. So, if you need to click off, please do so, and I will not hold it against you. I wish I could too. So, here are several screenshots of predators within Ezra's websites defending their sickening fantasies. I will go ahead and read them to you.
It's pathetic how even talking to minors is shamed as predatory, especially if you're queer. We can't keep internalizing that garbage.
I'm sorry, I think you mean you believe it's pathetic that laws are set in place to prevent living, breathing human trash like you from violating a non-consenting minor? And of course it is predatory behavior. There is no other classification for this kind of disgusting behavior. You are a whole carnival. And you know what? I just noticed Ezra Orena reposted this. Ezra, dude, you're a literal scumbag. And you belong in solitary confinement in a maximum security prison for being the ringleader of these tainted individuals.
One of my favorite things is children involved in prawn, not necessarily doing stuff, but being there, like an 8-year-old walking in on Mummy cheating on Daddy, or Daddy getting head from Mummy while their toddler plays just feet away. If I hear or see a kid during prawn, I just...
Oh, dude, it's so gross. When I see disgusting messages like this, I can't help but want to dip myself into the KFC deep fryers. Seriously. Sexy things are sexy. What the hell is this username? And why are you talking about children being your favorite thing involved in corn? Seriously, dude? This isn't just disgusting, as I've said in every Predator video. This is evil. You're repulsive. All of these people are freaking evil, and you deserve to be smited. The baby being around Mummy and Daddy is disgusting. And honestly, I hate to say this to someone, but would you please consider unplugging yourself from the internet permanently? Get lost, dude. The guy below in this screenshot is making a petition to legalize marriage between family members, inappropriately. Which, besides from having several long-term health risks for all parties involved, especially the children being born, it's just downright disgusting. Keep that sister-brother crap away from my doorstep, you sicko. Then the next following screenshots advocate for the legalization of insects, which again, like I was saying, please keep your sister-brother crap away from me. I'm not interested in this disgusting nonsense, and since I have a lot to get through, I'm not going to keep revisiting this.
With sex just seen as some pleasurable and fun, only reproductive when desired, age of consent wouldn't exist. The only limitations would be whether something could be penetrative without causing lasting harm, and everyone would learn and engage in sexual activities early. Recreational sex would be common between everyone, within families, among friends, coaches, and teachers, with students, employees, with each other, and bosses. It would be normal and expected throughout society. There would be stigmas around age gaps, and people would be free to partner with whoever they felt most connected and attracted to. Insect would be normal all the same. A dad and daughter freaking would just be another expression of love. Siblings, cousins, and extended family would all be valid sexual and romantic partners. With such a liberal attitude towards sex, polyamory would be far more common than monogamous relationships. Why limit yourself to one partner?
Sex is most certainly not just seen as a pleasure thing. If you search it up on Google, we learn that it states that sex is a pleasurable and reproduction thing. Yeah, I get there are safety measures to preventing reproduction, but your point just falls through when talking about the age of consent not existing, because there's literally no correlation between the two things at all. You're just trying to literally justify your disgusting behavior. The only limitations would be penetrative and causing harm, is what you say. But nah, dude, these limitations you're talking about are called laws. Consent is a law, and if you think otherwise, you're gross. Penetration is illegal if they can't and don't consent. Harming someone is a whole different boat of no thank you, and it's especially illegal if they don't consent yet again. I don't know what kind of sick, twisted fantasy world you live in where you think families, friends, teachers, and students should be able to smash one another, and you think it's fine? But it will never work that way because it's morally wrong. And if you can't see that, you're a lost cause. Also, buddy, I bet you haven't ever shared a bed with anyone in regards to limiting yourself to one partner. How about you limit yourself to a cell full of other predators? Jessica then comes in with this bombshell of a statement.
Need to work at one of those schools where they teach masturbation to kindergarteners that I keep hearing about.
Where have you heard about this? And can I report them to the FBI or the police? Because no, thank you. I firmly believe you deserve to be imprisoned with everyone else on this site.
People may laugh at this, but some youth who claim to be AAMS actually do this type of crap, lol. It's usually much more subtle, though. They'll collect evidence of you being a MAP, or a minor attracted person, with them, and then they'll post it publicly to expose you. Apparently some of them even do it because it's a fetish of theirs. Weird face emoji.
You say some people may laugh at this, but laugh at what exactly? This isn't funny, but you certainly are. You clown. I bet you're built like a stick bug juggling those multicolored balls in the circus saying this horrible crap. Those minors going around collecting evidence of you being a MAP or a minor attracted person, whatever you want to call it, is entirely justified. You are a digital predator who admits to being attracted to minors. It's literally the only natural thing to do in terms of pointing and laughing at a clown, right? Thought so. Up next, yet another statement by one of the users of this awful website.
Being the adult kids look for during a social event feels freaking great, by the way. You feel safe with little me?
What, honey? No, I don't. And I'm not calling you honey. Your username is honey. I don't feel safe with you, nor do I know you, nor do I want to know you, nor do I want you near my kids. And I especially would not want to be a kid near your presence. Because you know what, honey? You are a predator, a poison, an affection that will be dealt with. Stay away from kids, you sicko. You're disgusting, you make me want to puke, and if I ever see you, I'm going to smack you. Up next, a genius admits to kissing his sister, who is 10 years old on this website. Disgusting! And stomach-turning. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to make you spend a year in prison for every time you've ever kissed your sister inappropriately. You sick piece of crap, dude. I get sicker every single time I see some of these weirdos message. I hope you guys have a rough idea of what these freaks are like on Ezra's website. This website needs to go. In this screenshot, Ezra is on his alt ranting about how paraphilia was his life calling. And you know what? Freaky Bob and Diddy are calling as well, Ezra.
I knew I wanted to fight for them. The paraphilias.
Yeah, well, do you ever fight over what kind of soap you'll drop in the prison cells that you'll share with all of your website members? No, I didn't think so. Next, a username called Vile Degenerate decides to make a post stating the following. Also, side note, your username is incredibly accurate. Don't ever change it.
And now that my account has a fiction warning, I want to frick little kids so bad. Especially little prepubescent children. 11, 10, 9, even younger. All of them. All I can think about some days is harassing little kids.
Message was genuinely so explicit and concerning that I had to cut a majority of it out. And most of it I can't even see on YouTube, so I'll have to say some workarounds. It's so raunchy and disgusting that I won't be able to get away with repeating any of what this individual is saying. Up next, the user ZooCatPedoCat sends a message about how they'd win an argument with someone by sending that individual child corn to win. Disgusting! Seriously, all of you people make me sick. Also, that ain't gonna help you win an argument, dude. Just go play Call of Duty and stay away from an argument and stay away from kids. Most of all, how have you ever won your arguments up to this point, pal? I assure you've definitely gotten into some arguments before. You just admitted to sending people child corn. You're done. You're gross. Get out. This next screenshot was just too downright disgusting and strange to leave out. So, here you go. This Alyssa Graves fella has posted like 10 different times now on the website in these screenshots in this internet archive. But in this screenshot in particular, they start role-playing a scenario of a predator and a hunter, in which the predator is confronted by the hunter. And seriously, talk about mentally unwell. Are you scared but no coward? No frickin' way. Yeah, that's me. Are you Kelly? You're here to meet an 11-year-old girl?
I'm here to meet someone I trusted, made friends with, and liked.
Someone you have sexual intentions for?
Aren't you ashamed of yourself?
I don't think you understand the position you're in. You thought you were texting a very underage girl and...
I sure don't mind thinking I had a young friend, but I wanted to meet Kelly because of all the flirting and the bonding and the encouragement. You fricked with my head and manipulated my feelings to give yourself some kind of thrill by calling me out here. You're a real sicko.
But in a chat with Kelly, who you thought was an 11-year-old girl, you shared a fantasy of licking...
Shut up. Seriously, what is wrong with you? I don't pressure people into talking about that stuff. You kept inviting me to share my fantasies because you were already looking forward to shaming me for it. You're nasty. Get some help.
Alright, let's get down to brass tacks, Alyssa Graves, about this crap that you just made me read in your post. In this fake scenario you've made up, or it could be real, I don't really know, this predator is here to meet up with an 11-year-old girl. And then the predator states that he's here to meet with someone that they, quote, trusted and made friends with, quote, and liked. Okay, alright, Alyssa Graves, if that is your real name. You see, liking an 11-year-old as an adult is illegal, disgusting, and wrong. Trusting an 11-year-old is just downright weird in general. Also, Alyssa, you do not make friends with an 11-year-old under any circumstances. Go and meet other people out there who are your age, you sick freak. Also, as a quick side note, an 11-year-old would not have the ability to meet up with a predator unless permitted by their parents. And I doubt even then that they would have the mental capability of doing so, or their parents wouldn't even allow them to meet you because you're old. So, use your brain before you think of disgusting scenarios like this, please. Up next, the hunter. To be honest with you, I prefer the word catcher as you're the one who's stepping into the bait. The people catching you and building evidence aren't doing anything illegal or tracking you down. It's you who's hunting minor and being illegal and doing illegal things, but that's besides the point, I guess. The hunter goes on to get interrupted by the predator and asks if the hunter is ashamed of themselves for lying about the flirting, the bonding, the encouragement, and the potential manipulation of their feelings and the thrills they had. Womp, womp, I guess. But you see, here's the thing. If you are reciprocating the flirtatious actions, you're soliciting a minor. If you're bonding with someone who's a minor, you're committing a crime. If you're even texting someone who's a minor, you're soliciting them non-consensually. And then the hunter goes on to speak about how the predator doesn't understand what kind of situation they're in. And again, I agree with the hunter. The predator, just like Alyssa, can't seem to grasp the concept of non-consenting minors and the overall legality of it all. The predator then rudely interrupts the hunter again. Also, as a quick side note, if you ever interrupt me and I know you're in a place to meet an 11-year-old girl, I'm going to smack you. Then the predator starts having a baby fit of rage, telling the hunter to shut up, and starts playing the victim card by stating it was the predator who was trapped and pressured into talking about their sick fantasies and being shamed for it. They end their statement by calling the hunter nasty. At the time of messaging this 11-year-old girl, you did not consider it or see it as entrapment because you thought you knew this person's actual age, when in reality, all they did was bait you into revealing your true colors as a predator. Also, no one can pressure you into talking about your fantasies, especially not an 11-year-old. This whole situation just sounds downright outrageous and gross. And finally, if anyone's nasty in this situation, it is for sure the predator. And you, Alyssa. I advise you to get the hell off the internet forever because this is not a good look. I'm only 26 screenshots into this internet archive, and I already feel beyond disgusted with everything I've witnessed from Ezra, Orena, and his website members. Overall, everyone here is either a predator or a non-consenting minor victim. But majorly, these people are all predators searching for minors, and they cannot and will not stop anytime soon. So everyone watching this, please do me a favor and the victims a favor and help me take down oddballs.online for good. The website is disgusting, and it still remains up to this day, even after all the tweets made out about Ezra and his whole acts and his members' acts, even after the phishing reports, even after all the voices have spoken out about Ezra and his website. The website is still up, so please spread the word, spread the truth, spread the video, help me help the victims who desperately need our assistance. This isn't one predator. There are hundreds of them in this website. Literally hundreds, maybe even thousands, and your voice will help. And that's all for today's video, folks. I haven't looked at over 100 more of these screenshots thoroughly in this video, but if there is more, so if you want to see more, let me know. There's so much to cover that it would take me literally hours to expose every dirty person on this list, and if I could, I would. And honestly, I believe they more than deserve the exposure. On that note, I'll see you all in the following video. Goodbye, all of you. Link to the doc below.